jangueo con los rookies, con mi gang activado. Yo no juego con los pussies.
Underground like a Mario, stay away from them dirt bags and run around in El Barrio. Get the gas up on First Ave, first cabs in the zoo. Next filters in the raw papers. I don't pass to you losers. They don't feel us cause they all haters. On
You.
We doing the intro and shit?
Alright, man.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about this shit. We're gonna talk about the moves.
We have no weed rolled up. See how he does this? He just...
Alright, so we're gonna talk and roll. This blunt talks, right?
Okay.
Twin in the day. Me and my twin. Got on TLC shirts, no scrubs. So my dad, I don't want no scrubs. Take back to some shirty pies. So, my child saw
What?
my last video.
Oh yeah. That shit had me weak. Robert, I believe I can fly.
Yeah. Alright, so let's talk about it. Alright,
So,
we ain't gonna be on these squeaky chairs all night.
Yeah, facts. So I personally grew up listening to R.Kelly and stuff like that. I heard about the peeing thing when I was fairly young.
Don't say pee, just say the
Urination.
Oh my god.
Urination thing a long time ago. And basically like I knew R. Kelly I knew R. Kelly like peed on a female, but I didn't know like what the
Allegedly.
Allegedly he did but I didn't know the extent of what was happening because I was so young. And now that I'm older, you know, I watched Surviving R. Kelly. I watched both seasons of it, season 1 and season 2, and yo, that really opened my eyes. Like,
it opened your eyes to what?
It's like a lot of people be protecting these celebrities, these messed up ass celebrities in the industry. Like, I like R. Kelly music, and I'm able to separate the artist from the art. You know, like a lot of artists have done some messed up stuff in their lifetime, and they're still praised for their artwork. We can celebrate their art without celebrating them, essentially. Like the memories that their art gave us and stuff like that. We're allowed to feel some type of way about this artist, but still be neutral, standing on their music. Like, for a while, everybody was against Chris Brown because they was like, oh, he beat on Rihanna, we're not gonna listen to his music no more. But then I'm just like,
I mean, you know, on my behalf, I feel like everybody has a chance at redemption.
yeah, everybody
you know,
has.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you make a mistake and it's an honest mistake and you're able to kind of like recover or recuperate from that.
And don't recover and recuperate in the wrong way. Don't go out and be, you know, a villain. Like, if you want to recover and recuperate, stay to yourself.
Alright, so listen, alright. Let's just talk about, you know, most men don't realize that their reputation precedes them.
Yeah, fact.
Right? So, R. Kelly has had a reputation for how many years?
So, shit. Since before I was born, I want to say.
Yeah, so when a man has a reputation like his for so many years, right? When does his reputation become true? I mean, when are the things that he's doing become a fact?
After he died. Like,
oh, well, that's when the truth comes out?
No, the truth comes out when you're alive. But it's just like some people, and a lot of people like Elvis, like a lot of people's comparing the fact that, you know, Elvis married a fairly young girl, was doing all these lewd acts to young females, and Elvis is still praised for his music till this day. And it was like, oh, it was this comment on Facebook under a post. It was like, oh, y'all over here scrutinizing R. Kelly, y'all ain't scrutinized Elvis. And it's just like, Elvis died like long before any of his BS could be figured out by anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of the allegations against Elvis did not come out until after he died. Let's remember that.
True.
Let's remember that.
I can agree with you on that.
So, but like I was saying before, a lot of this stuff came to light because of a lot of the new movements that's going on for women.
So let me ask you a question. Like, say you were an aspiring like R&B artist, or you were a singer or something, and just say, you know, like you said,
I ain't got no talent in real life.
But just say you were listening to like R.Kelly when you were younger, and I took you to an R.Kelly concert, and I was able to introduce you to him. Do you feel like the parents of the people that have accused him, and obviously he's been found guilty, but do you feel like the parents are culpable? Do you feel like they have a responsibility?
A lot of these girls' parents, and this was after the whole urination incident, after the Aaliyah thing. A lot of these girls' parents were still letting their daughters be around R. Kelly, knowing what he has done. Like, and at that point, it's not only R. Kelly's like responsibility, it's their responsibility too. And all y'all in that group put y'all child in danger. Like, the parents put their child in danger. Like, I heard that somebody actually, like,
I mean, that's an allegation. We don't want to put that out there, but like in my prior video, I spoke about like the RICO Act, because when you think about,
he got arrested for racketeering,
and because it's basically
his main charge is racketeering. It's not even.
But what's happening is that it's like it's.
It is
like everyone that
participated.
It's complicit with
participated, because it's not complicit. Somebody can't force you to comply. After a certain point of seeing these things, that being there, like I was explaining this to one of my friends the other day. After a certain point, it's not a choice anymore. You deciding to do that. You are sitting there, you want to be a part of it. After the first time, you can say it's a mistake, it was a mistake. The second time you do something, it's a choice. You choosing to do something. These people chose to comply with R. Kelly. They wasn't forced. None of these people was beat. The only people that was mistreated.
I mean, listen, you gotta understand sometimes, and just in defense of some of the victims, I don't know them. Yeah. I've seen the documentaries. I've looked at the entire court proceedings. But when you're being victimized, sometimes you don't even know and realize you're being victimized.
And that's where a lot of women don't come forward with, things that happen to them, because they don't know that they're being victimized. Like,
yeah, but it's just like when you're being victimized and you're a victim, you don't realize it until after the fact.
Yeah, of course.
You understand? So it's just like we can't hold victims responsible for being victimized.
Never.
So at the same time, it's just like, especially with the females that are underage, this is like, yo, listen, all right, R. Kelly, like, just hypothetical situation, right? Your non-talented ass can sing or something, right?
Let's take a picture. Send me that.
I got you. Your non-talented ass can sing, right?
Yeah. Can't sing. I can't sing. I can't sing. I can't sing in this scenario.
Yeah, you can sing in the shower. Like, everybody can sing in the shower. Everybody's Grammy nominated in the shower.
I be sounding like Beyonce. Drunk in love. Alright.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Oh, back to R. Kelly.
No, but what I'm saying is just like, as a parent, if you have aspirations, I'm not just for my child that has a certain amount of talent, I'm not gonna just say that I'm gonna hand my daughter over to this grown ass man when she's a teenager.
And that's what a lot of these girls' brothers did. They
mothers and fathers
handed their child over to R.
They're thinking
Kelly.
about the bag. They're thinking about money. They're not thinking about their.
They're not thinking about the welfare of their child. They're thinking about this money, and that's fucked up. Excuse my language. That's very messed up because you put in money before your child, like the own well-being of your child.
Essentially, but you know what? They say money is the root of all evil, right?
Very much so. Look up R. Kelly net worth. I promise you it's gonna make you laugh. Look it up.
His net worth?
Yeah.
Fighting them lawyer charges. I'm about to go right now. His net worth. You think it's true?
Yes, it's very much true.
Net worth. Wow. Negative $2 million net worth.
He has a negative net worth.
But you know what? You know what? When
he has nothing.
No, but listen. What happens when you spend years fighting allegations, paying attorneys, paying off victims?
He's only been
just
fighting.
going like
R. Kelly got arrested in 2020. Okay, he has not been fighting lawyer cases that long to be completely bankrupt. He was bankrupt before he even started all these things.
Absolutely, but the reason is because he's been spending years fighting allegations, paying attorneys, paying off victims, silencing people.
Because a lot of these girls had to sign the NDA when they went with R. Kelly. The documentary, if you have not watched Surviving R. Kelly, you need to go watch it. It's a really well put together documentary. It's really, really good.
No, it's very good, but you know what? Listen, money silences people. You know, and if you're a female, it's just like, listen, I'm not gonna compromise the safety of my child over any dollar amount. I don't care. I'll work and slave for it before I be like, all right, 20,000, be quiet. Oh, listen, baby, guess what, baby? Mr. Kelly's gonna give us $20,000. You just can't. You resent me. You will resent me. I would rather fight a mother. Excuse my language. I'm bad language.
You talking about me?
I'm gonna bleep it out.
You gotta believe I cursed earlier too.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's like your integrity in your relationships are not worth any dollar amount, because unless it's like completely like life-changing money where you can pay for the best therapist in the world, it ain't worth it. No dollar amount is worth, because you can't
sacrificing your child.
You can't take any of it with you.
You can't.
You can't. It's a waste of time and a waste of it.
You can't. When you die, you can't take none of the money, the cars, the clothes. None of that goes with you. You die, you die. You go into the ground, or you get cremated, or you donate your body to science. You do whatever you want to do with your body when you die. But you can't take the money with you. Money never gonna come with you. Unless you physically bury the money with you.
And you know what they did when the Egyptians did that? What they did?
They robbed the graves.
They robbed the graves. Dug their ass right up.
You want somebody desecrate your grave for some little BS ass money? I still curse. Some BS money.
That's what they gonna do. Yeah, but R. Kelly. Yeah, he broke. I saw his negative net worth
of $2 billion.
Is negative. Well, you can't see it, but it's like negative.
You could just put like a little screenshot.
I'm gonna plug it in when I do that. Like negative $2 million.
You know how?
This is what happens when you spend a lot.
This is what happens when you do things you're not supposed to be doing. Because now you gotta pay niggas off. You gotta silence niggas. Oh, excuse me. You gotta pay people off. You gotta pay off the people who seen you commit these crimes. You gotta pay off the victims. You gotta pay off lawyers if you get caught. You gotta pay off the government if you gotta pay money back to the government after you get all that. All that. He just gave his all. Basically, he has no money. So even if he's not even beating his case, you already see how much time they give him.
Give him 100 years.
Throw him underneath the court. Throw him underneath the court. He's done. He's dead. Robert. Robert Kelly. Robert fucked his whole life up. His life, like, if you watch the documentary, it shows you a lot about his life. Like, he had a fucked up ass childhood, but that's not an excuse for him to victimize other people.
This is the bottom line. When women are hurt when they're young, they grow up and hurt themselves. When men are hurt when they're young, they grow up and hurt other people. But
that does not give people, just because you were hurt when you were young, it does not give you a right to victimize people.
Need therapy.
Yes, I 100% agree, Dad. I do.
People need therapy. Like when people deal with
traumatic things, you need to talk to somebody. Get help.
No, you need to get help. This is the only way. Like you think about like all of these childhood actors that turn into adults, and they're broken people. Amanda
Bynes, Britney Spears.
Just to name a few.
Well, Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Everybody. But this is what I'm saying.
When you grow up in the spotlight.
No, but when you grow up and you deal with trauma, once you get into the spotlight, it only exacerbates that trauma. It just puts that trauma in a different place that you've never even healed from. And you know, of course, R. Kelly has his horror stories of how he grew up, and it is what it is.
But that still does not give him a reason to victimize people. We are not victims.
There's no victims. Nobody's a victim. You know what I mean? You either survive or a participant.
Yeah, right.
Right? No victims, survivors and participants.
Once you survive something as traumatic as what some of these girls were put through by R. Kelly, it does change you a lot. And I feel for all these women because a lot of them, he really ran through
But it's the mental and emotional abuse that they'll never be able to recover from.
Ever.
And you know what I pray
for? And if they do, they're strong women, and I pray for them.
But you know what? Listen. You know, in the midst of this Me Too movement, you know, as a father of a daughter, you see my twin. But listen, it's a serious subject. You know, women's rights need to be protected. But at the same time, it has to be a certain level of accountability. As women, as mothers, as daughters. You know, I mean, the accountability has to go across the board, but I'll never make an excuse for somebody like R. Kelly because he's been a pedophile since I've been a teenager. Like,
since before I was born.
A P-word. Like, you know, Aaliyah was born in 79. She was essentially like a year younger than me. And, you know, to see that and just to see, you know, like, that's chaos. You know, I would never want to come home as a father and you be like, oh, Dad, I'm 15 and I'm dating a 26-year-old. Like, what?
Bug out. I've never dated. When I was 16, 17, when I was younger, I never dated nobody older than me. Ever. I've always dated somebody either 1 year older than me, 2 years older than me, but...
I mean, 16 and 18 is not bad.
Yeah, facts. I was dating
because then you think about it, it's like if he's 23 and you're 21, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it doesn't fall within that range.
I'm 22 and my boyfriend is 23.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
But our age gap is only like 6 months. 6 months.
But I mean, that's still perfect. That's normal. When you're at a certain age, you're supposed to date people around your age. You know? I have to cut that shit out. That shit might give me flat. Because it might be less than 15 seconds. Yeah, but I mean, normal, like, being 27 and dating a 16-year-old is not normal. By no stretch of the imagination. But in closing...
Wait, let me say something.
Uh-oh.
At 27, right? What do you have in common with a 15-year-old? I need to know.